How much is my epoxy floor? You would probably be amazed at how many phone calls we get during the week who simply want pricing over the phone. You know, I have a 20 by 20 garage floor and I need a price over the phone. Can you please give me a square foot price? Well, that sounds great, and sure, you can go on Google and Google how much is a 400 square foot garage floor, but the pricing you're going to see is not really true. And if you're getting pricing over the phone for a costly project like an epoxy floor where you need professionals to put that floor down, you could be ripe for disaster, and we see it all the time because we fix floors all the time. What we like to do, and what we would hope that you would like to do, is first meet who you're hiring. That's really important because they're going to be around your family, they're going to be around your home, and you're going to be working with them for a few days. You need to meet them, as well as the contractor needs to meet the potential client that they're going to work with, because again, I would highly suggest that you're not working with anybody who simply calls your company, because you could be taking jobs that just aren't a good fit. As well as the homeowner, you could be hiring a company who's just not a good fit because they don't offer you what you're looking for. So what we like to do is we don't give pricing over the phone. Yes, sometimes you can send some pictures in or a video of the floor and we can give you a range. Now it's going to be a high range. We could tell you your epoxy floor is going to be between $4 and $10 a square foot. More, but probably not less. And that's for a professional floor. And that's a high range, so is it really going to give you an accurate square foot cost? No. Because you want a company coming out to first take a look at the floor, how much patching is needed, because that's going to affect the cost, how many cars go into it, what are you using it for, that's going to affect the cost. Do you want to seal up your expansion joints? We don't recommend that, but that's an extra cost because it's patching again. Are you doing the curbing of the garage? Are you doing the outside apron of the garage? Again, we don't suggest that. These are all things that could add to the cost. How hard is the concrete? I know that's something that a homeowner doesn't think about, but it affects the contractor when they go to diamond grind the floor, because if it's very hard, it's going to take longer to grind. They have to switch the diamond tips underneath the machine, and it still takes long. Typically, we see that a lot on brand new construction. So even though when somebody calls up and has a brand new home, and we know the size because I can see the blueprint, it doesn't tell the whole story. And sometimes those new construction homes take us a lot longer than an older home. So we want to know the hardness of the concrete, which is a simple test when we come out. We want to use our moisture meter to give us some kind of baseline on the moisture in the concrete. Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't have any water issues, I never see water anywhere. That's not really what we're looking for. We're looking for pressure pushing up underneath the concrete. You may not see water or moisture, but you could have pressure pushing up. That could potentially pop a coating right off the floor. It also happens in basements with radon. So it's important to know that potentially could happen, and no matter how well the floor is prepared or applied or thick, you could still have a coating pop right off the floor with pressure. Pressure is the main thing. The other thing we need to discuss is what type of floor do you want? So these are not the kits that you go to the big box store and throw down on the floor. It's not a paint. You don't prepare the floor by acid etching or power washing or sanding. These are floors that are properly prepared by a professional epoxy company. This is not your handyman project, it's not your carpenter's project, it's not even a painting company's project unless they have people who do floors all the time. it's a professional epoxy company. So again, we said the floor might range from $4 to $10 a square foot. And if you get into custom metallics and floors like that, you can go up from there. So that's a conversation to be had, especially on budget, because if you're thinking that you want this high-end metallic floor that's pushing, 8, 9, 10 and up a square foot, but your budget is at $4 a square foot, obviously that's not going to work. So you have some other options as you go up from solid, which is a solid coating, to the flakes that you see thrown on the floor, to metallics, to also acid stained floors, which is a great option if you want to have a very decorative floor but not go into as high of a cost as a metallic floor. However, that also again depends on your concrete, because acid stains react to whatever is in your concrete, so you could get a variation of colors depending on the concrete makeup. So again, just calling up to get pricing over the phone, really for anything you do around your house, is not the best route to go. And for us, we want to be able to come out and take a look at the floor. We do like to have an initial conversation on the phone, because when we give you a price range, say of $4 to $10 a square foot, that can eliminate a lot of things.